Hello, my beautiful Virgos. How are you? I hope you're very well. Welcome to your money and career reading for the next 4 weeks. So from the middle of June to the middle of July. Okay? Alrighty. And this is good for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and cross-watching. Alright, see what we have, Virgo. Fork in the road. The Fates. And not for you. Well, that's interesting. Okay, all right. Let's have a little look at this for a minute. So a fork in the road. This is money and career. So if you are in a job or a career, a business, and also for my retirees in terms of homes, investments, things like that, you are coming to a period in your life which is fated, destined, meant to be. This is the equivalent of the Wheel of Fortune, if you like, in the tarot. Okay, this is a period in time you're coming into where you are coming across a fork in the road. Right, so there's a couple of different directions that you can go, as you can see from the little arrows. Do you want to go this way, that way? There are some choices and options opening up. Now, this can be that you stay within the same company and you're moving departments, or you're getting promoted into a different role. For those of my entrepreneurs in business, this can be you changing up your business, your products, your services, your pricing, changing it up in some way. And that can include bringing in collaborators, team members, taking your business in a different direction. For those of you not working, then this is potentially you shifting and changing your investments, your stocks, your shares, your loans. Some of you paying off some loans, which is nice, enabling you to go in a different direction. Because something is not for you. Now, it may be that it's just run its course and it's just not working for you anymore. You want to shift it up. Perhaps you have a business that has got a bit stale, has got a bit stagnant. It's not really growing anymore, and it could well be for some of you that it's time to let that business go. Now, that can mean that you move into retirement. That can mean that you move back into employment. If you've been doing the same thing over and over and over without changing anything, then it can just be that it's run its course, it's kind of run out of steam, it's run out of battery, and it's just not for you anymore. So what is it that needs to change up? All right, so have a feel into it and ask yourself, right, if my business needs to change, in what way is it changing? If my job, whatever it is for me, something is not for me anymore. Now, this is perfectly healthy and perfectly normal. All right, we grow and change and evolve, and what used to work for us may no longer work, and so it's time to look at expansion and growth. Sometimes we need to completely stop what we're doing and go in a completely different direction. But a fork in the road isn't a U-turn, and it isn't even a kind of 180. It's usually a fork in a road is going more like a 45-degree angle. So we're making some changes. We may not be changing everything. So for example, if you currently work in accounting, you may decide that you still want to be in accounting, but you want to go to the next level, or you want to go to a bigger company. So we're not kind of throwing out the baby with the bathwater, but we are making some shifts and changes. All right. They want me to have an animal card. Those are the wisdom of the oracle, by the way. All the cards I used are linked below in the description box, okay, along with the links to my book From Hoping to Having, and I know many of you have been really enjoying it, and it's helped you to start to create the life you want, which is why I wrote it. Okay, animal, please. What is the key energy for my Virgos for money and career? All right, elephant spirit, learn from the past. Okay, we tend to, especially us Virgos, we're kind of like a little hamster on a wheel, and we don't stop very often. And so we can miss things. We can miss what's going by. We're so busy running on the wheel, we're missing a view out the window. What's going on here? They're just telling me that. All right. So there is something here we need to learn from the past. Perhaps you tried something before and it didn't work and you've thrown it out, but it might work now. Perhaps you weren't ready at the time, but you are now. Equally with learning from the past, we're looking at, with this situation on the table here, the fork in the road and the fates and not for you. Perhaps you've been hitting your head against a brick wall for some time, that your products and services are just not selling. People, they're just not buying them. Perhaps they used to and they're no longer. Is something out of date? Do we need to change something up? We need to learn from the past here. So have a little look back over the last 3 months, and then 6 months, and then 12 months, and then 2 years. Have a little look back. How was it doing then? How were you doing then? Was it all new and fresh and vibrant and you were loving it, and now it's just stale and flat? We need to look at the past so we can learn from it, so that we can course correct of where we're going in the future. Okay? All right. Let's get the tarot out. These are the Tarot of Dreams. Okay. We have Temperance coming out. Nice. All right, that wants to come out as well. Palace of Cups. I'm going to get a few out and then I'll bring the camera down onto the table so you can see the cards better. We've got Four of Coins and the Queen of Cups. All right, so there's a lot of power here. Interesting, because that Four of Coins has come out for quite a few people, all right? The Four of Coins is all about insecurity. I've got money. He's there with his 4 coins, but he's got it in a box and he's going to put the lid down and he's going to lock it with that key around his neck. It's sort of saying, well, I've got enough for now, but I don't know if I'll have enough in a little while. I've got to be careful, got to be careful. Now we go in that very tight energy, very restricted energy, controlling energy, all right? And you know us Virgos, we can be a little bit over controlling. When we can let go and trust to say, there's 4 there, and as I spend one, another one will come in, and probably another 2 will come in. It'll be absolutely fine. There's nothing for me to worry about. If I can let go and trust, then we allow the flow of abundance to come in. It's under the fates. I'm going to get some more tarot and we'll find out some more. We'll look at the others in a minute. Oh, and also to let you know, I've put the 1 hour sessions, private sessions, 1 hour readings and healings. They're on 20% discount, which is $50 off. I'm going to end that at the end of June. Okay. Now, June will probably be full because I'm almost full now, and I'm not putting these out for a few days yet. So, but if you book it in June while the discount is on, even if you book it for July or August, you will get that discount. Okay. All right. Thank you. We're ready. So we've got the 2 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Cups. All right. We want to find out some more. Let me bring the camera down. All right. Let's have a little look at this together. Okay. Now, right. So we've got Elephant Spirit, learn from the past. And underneath this is Temperance, which is all about balance. Where has my balance gone off? Right? And very typical Virgos that we tend to overwork, can be a little bit workaholic, and we can throw the balance out quite easily. So have we been doing this? We need to look back and say, have I been run down, getting sick, getting stressed out, getting anxious? Is it because I have not taken enough time for rest or play, that I'm missing out on the joy of life because I'm all work, work, work? Equally, this could be about home, but this is a money and career reading. So this is very likely to be about work. Now, those of you not working, it can just be that you're working your butt off on your home or your garden or your hobbies or your interests or looking after your children, grandchildren, whatever it is for you. We need to take a little bit more self-care. That 2 of Cups, when we're in a money and career reading, is about loving self, loving your health, loving your balance, loving your well-being, and loving your life. So we need to reconnect, because we can lose ourselves, can't we? Come on, you know what we're like. We can lose ourselves. We become the job. We become the thing that we're doing. And it doesn't work for us, because everything goes out of balance and we end up with anxiety, with stomach problems, digestive problems, headaches. It doesn't work. So we need to be, this is the advice, don't shoot the messenger. We need to be learning from the past and bring the balance in by practicing self-love and self-care. Okay? Now we're at this fork in the road. Why? Because we're not very happy. We got the Four of Cups. I mean, the Four of Cups, he's not miserable as sin, but he's dissatisfied. He's disappointed. Life isn't going as nicely for him as he would like it to be. He's being offered a new cup here, the fork in the road, a new way, a new choice, a new way of doing things. And he's very unsure. He's hesitant. But his 3 cups are still standing. So it's not disaster. It's just not as fulfilling or enriching or as balanced as it needs to be. So this is why we're going to embrace these changes. Now, the Palace of Cups in the middle here on this row. The palaces are places where we can feel in the flow. That's what the water's all about. We're in the flow. And it's our emotions, it's our happiness, our fulfillment. So this is very strongly suggesting, and it won't resonate for everybody. If it doesn't, check out your moon or your rising instead. But if you have found that you're a little bit stagnant and stuck, a little bit disillusioned, disappointed, then you're coming to a crossroads. Right, they're correcting me. It's not a crossroads, because a crossroads is a kind of 180, that way or that way. It's a very significant shift and change. A fork in the road, there is a more gentle gradient. It is a small change here and there that can make the big difference, right? So, I mean, I'm a Virgo, as you know. So this can be, for example, I'm doing tarot, I do readings, I do healing, I do products, I do podcasts, I have my books. I'd like to spend more time teaching. I love teaching. And so that'll be my fork in the road. I'm moving into teaching. In fact, I'm setting up a couple of webinars, live webinars with Spirit School for July, where I'm going to be teaching a live class on how to grow and build a YouTube channel. I'll be putting some links in that nearer the time. But I love to teach, so it's a fork in the road for me. I'm kind of going off on a tangent, doing a bit of teaching for a while. And I guess that's what my book was, teaching you how to live your best life. So that's a small, but I'm not giving up my business. I'm not stopping the tarot. I'm not stopping the YouTube, but I'm going to focus and prioritize on a different service, a different way for a little while. All right, because why? The time feels right. We've got the fates here, the fated, destined, meant to be. Now, are we getting a little bit nervous about but what about the money? Yeah, what about the income? Like, if I take time away from doing paid readings, will there be enough coming in? Now, this is where I know and I trust the universe will provide, and it'll absolutely be fine. But can you do the same? Can you step into your heart and say, this is meant to be, this fork in the road, and I trust completely that I'm moving better into balance. The Two of Pentacles is the minor arcana equivalent of the Temperance card. It's all about balance and moderation, and this is indicating that the balance has been out. It can also indicate that for a little while we need to perhaps work harder. All right. Can a Virgo work harder? Probably, but we're usually up at about 100% anyway. Right, but this can be that we're doing this fork in the road, trying a new service, trying a new product, trying a new thing in addition to what we're already doing. So this is indicating you might have to work extra hard on this for a little while in order to bring the rewards, but there will be enough. But it's okay to work extra hard for a little while, but then we need to balance it up with resting hard for a little while. All right, take a week off, take a long weekend, make sure you finish work early, go to bed early, catch up with yourself. So making sure that this shift that we're having, Virgo, you keep yourself in balance. All right, now this shift is meant to be. The not for you card next to fates doesn't mean that this change is not for you. What it means is that Whatever you were doing before the fork in the road, that's done now. You need to go and do something different. You need to change it up. It's not for you anymore to just do that. Now, you might still be doing it, but we need to add something else in and then let the other thing fade away. Okay. When I first started my hypnotherapy business in 2001, I was still working part-time for a couple of years as I was building up my business. And then back in 2018, when I started my YouTube channel and I was predominantly doing hypnotherapy, all day clients, I was doing my YouTube evenings and weekends. And then gradually I reduced the amount of clients I was taking so that I could spend more time on YouTube. Do you see what I mean? We kind of dovetail it in, but we need to make sure and be careful with that balance. Otherwise we get on burnout. We do, Virgo. Yes, you do. All right. Unless you're a very untypical Virgo. I am pretty sure, learning from the past, that you've had several times, many times, of being burnt out, whereas other signs don't ever seem to get burnt out. And why? Because they are better with their boundaries. It's one of our weak areas that we can work on and strengthen up, the ability to say no. No, I can't do that for you right now. I can do it next week, or no, I can't do it at all. But the ability to say no. So something isn't for you anymore. We are shifting, we are changing, we've got a fork in the road. Now, we've got the Queen of Cups underneath this. This is loving compassion, gentle, supportive energy, caring energy. So with these two cards, the Two of Cups and the Queen of Cups, it's very much about self-love and self-nurturing, because I have a dream. Nine of Cups. I have a dream, I have a goal, I have a wish that I want to fulfill, and I'm determined to make it happen. Now, I want to get some more cards on this in a minute, but this wish could well be that a wish that you did have is no longer for you because of the fork in the road. You're going in a different direction. So we may be changing up something. You might have felt that your dream was to start your own business. Then you start talking to people who've got their business and realize they never switch off, that it's 24/7, that there's no holiday pay or sick pay, and you've got to work extra hard, that there's an underlying level of anxiety that's constantly present to make sure the work is always flowing, and you decide to yourself, I've changed my mind, I don't think I do want my own business. Do you see what I mean? So wishes and dreams can change. They can change, they can morph, they can shift into something else. But what you're doing is aligning with a wish. Whether it's an old wish that is still there and feels very current, that wants to come in now, or whether it's an old wish that is sort of feels out of date now, I don't think I want that anymore. You are being very compassionate with yourself and saying, I am focusing on what's going to make me happy. Right? The Four of Cups says, I'm not hugely satisfied. The Four of Coins says, I'm a bit concerned about money and I need to be a bit careful. All right, so we want to move into flow, don't we? This is a money and career reading. We want to move into abundance and flow. And if you haven't read it yet or got the audio version of my book, it truly will help you to do that, to get in the flow and align yourself with your best, greatest life. Okay, tell me more, please. All right, so we've got the King of Wands, we've got the Four of Cups again. All right, we definitely want to be having more power. With that King of Wands, he's determined, he's dynamic, he's the entrepreneur. So some of you in business are just feeling very disillusioned about it. The King of Wands is often an entrepreneur. For those of you not working, that this could be about your investments, feeling like they're just not giving me any kind of return and I'm really disappointed, I'm disillusioned, it's not working for me. So what am I going to do about this? What am I going to do about it? See, on the one hand, the Four of Cups, and we've got it twice, can be a very helpful card because we're so busy on that hamster wheel, we haven't noticed that we're not very satisfied. We haven't really noticed anything. We're just so busy working. When we stop and take a step back and learn from the past, we can say, actually, I'm not enjoying this job anymore. Or for those of you retired, I'm not enjoying retirement. I wish I had a little part-time job, something to do. I'm too bored. that you're realizing this is boredom, stale energy, dissatisfaction. I want more. That's the energy of this. I want more. So, okay, what you're going to do about it? You've got the King of Wands. We can all of us create more. The most important thing is we've got to identify what more is. What's more? Do you want more money? Do you want more fulfillment? Do you want more passion in your life, where you really connect with what you do and you love what you do? What is it you want more of? Okay. And then when you figure that out, you can start moving towards it. Bottom of the deck, see, very typical Virgo card. We've got the Nine of Swords. That's like, I don't know, it's gone round in my head, I can't sleep, I'm worrying. Right, if it is not working for you, something needs to change, and it's the right time for it to change. So you don't have to have all the answers in 2.5 minutes. You can start working towards those answers. You say to the universe, thank you for showing me, guide me, give me signs, show me what I need to look at, show me what I need to do. What is my future potential? What is my future self? Tell me more. Oh my goodness me, 21 minutes. These were supposed to be short readings. And there's the Ten of Cups. All right. So we've got the 9 and the 10 of Cups here. So as we figure out what is creating the disappointment, dissatisfaction, the staleness, what is throwing everything out of balance, we are aligning with the fates there to a fork in the road, to doing it differently, to moving towards greater happiness. It truly doesn't matter what it is that brings you the happiness. You know it's going to be different for different people, and the universe knows what is going to be your happy ever after, because it wants to come in. The 9 and the 10 of Cups. So whatever is stressing you, disappointing you, let's move past it, and let's move now towards the happiness that is here for you. All right. Let's finish off with an angel card. Final message for Virgo, please. Higher thought. Okay, a higher thought is your higher self. It is the universe directing you. It is saying, right, listen to your heart. Listen to your inner being. Listen to the energy. Look at what is not for you. Look at what's not working, without judgment and without beating yourself up, because we're good at that, aren't we? Don't do that. Don't beat yourself up. Look at what isn't working and go, right, okay, what am I going to change? I am tapping in to my higher self, my intuition, my soul source energy, my I am presence. I'm tapping into the support and guidance of the universe. I can tap into the higher thought of my future self. I can learn from the past, and I can move myself into the direction that I want. So I'm putting it out to the universe. Thank you for showing me the way. Show me the way. What is my fork in the road? It's different for different people. Something needs shifting and changing so that I can move towards my 10 of Cups. All right, my beautiful Virgos, that's what I have for you for money and career for the next 4 weeks. I hope it helped. If it did, give it a like, a share, all that lovely good stuff. And if you haven't already, do consider subscribing. It really does help my channel to grow. I'll be back at the end of the month with your general guidance for the following 4 weeks, for probably July. So I'll see you in a couple of weeks. All right, you take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.